When most people see the letters ESR on a blood report, their mind instantly jumps to fear. It feels like a warning light flashing on the dashboard of a car, and the first thought is usually, something is seriously wrong with me. But the truth is, the ESR test is not a final diagnosis, and it is definitely not a life sentence. It is simply a signal, an early message from the body that something may need attention. And when you understand it properly, it becomes less frightening and more empowering because it gives you a chance to act before problems grow bigger. ESR stands for Erythrocyte Sedimentation Rate, and it measures how quickly red blood cells settle down in a tube of blood over 1 hour. That sounds almost too simple to matter, but it reveals something important about what is happening inside the body. When inflammation increases, certain proteins rise in the bloodstream, and these proteins cause red blood cells to stick together and fall faster. So a high ESR often points to inflammation somewhere in the body. But it does not tell you where the inflammation is coming from, and it does not automatically mean you have a dangerous illness. This is why doctors call ESR a non-specific test. It does not name the disease, it does not identify the exact problem. Instead, it acts like a smoke detector. If the alarm goes off, it means there may be smoke, but it does not tell you whether the cause is burnt food in the kitchen or an actual fire in the house. In the same way, a raised ESR may be caused by something minor, like a recent infection, a small injury, or even temporary inflammation that the body is already healing. It can also rise due to reasons that are not alarming at all, such as aging, pregnancy, or anemia. Many people have slightly elevated ESR levels without any serious disease, and in some cases it returns to normal on its own. The real value of ESR is that it gives doctors and patients a clue. It tells them that the immune system may be active, and it encourages further investigation if symptoms are present. If a person feels tired all the time, has unexplained fever, joint pain, or body aches, an elevated ESR helps confirm that something inflammatory may be happening inside. But if someone feels perfectly fine and their ESR is only mildly raised, it may simply mean the body is responding to something temporary or harmless. This is why it is important not to panic over a single ESR number. One test result does not define your future. It is only one piece of the puzzle. Doctors look at the complete picture: your symptoms, your medical history, your other blood tests, and your overall health. The most powerful thing you can do is treat ESR as a reminder to become more aware of your body, to improve your lifestyle, and to take your health seriously. Instead of fear, let it bring clarity. Instead of anxiety, let it bring action. Because in many cases, a high ESR is not a sign of the end, but a sign that your body is still fighting, still protecting you, and still giving you the chance to heal. One of the most powerful truths about inflammation is that it is not only controlled by medicine, but also by daily choices, especially the food we eat. Many people think diet is only about weight loss, but in reality, diet is deeply connected to how your immune system behaves. When your ESR is high, it often reflects inflammation somewhere in the body. And while the ESR test itself does not identify the exact cause, it can be a reminder that your internal environment may be under stress. The good news is that food can either feed inflammation or calm it, and the difference is often found in simple habits repeated every day. The modern diet has created a major problem for human health because it is filled with processed foods that are designed for taste and convenience, not for healing. Excess sugar, refined flour, packaged snacks, deep-fried foods, and fast food meals may satisfy cravings in the moment, but inside the body they can trigger inflammatory reactions. Too much sugar causes spikes in blood glucose, which leads to insulin imbalance and oxidative stress. Over time, this damages blood vessels, stresses the liver, and pushes the immune system into a more reactive state. This is one reason why people who eat high amounts of processed foods often experience chronic fatigue, body aches, and low energy, even if they do not have a diagnosed disease. To support a healthier ESR level, the first step is not complicated. Reduce inflammatory triggers. Cutting down sugary drinks, desserts, white bread, processed meats, and oily fast foods can significantly lower the inflammatory burden on the body. This does not mean you must live with strict rules or feel deprived. It simply means you should aim for more natural foods that the body recognizes as nourishing. When you eat real food, your cells receive vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber that help calm inflammation and support healing. Vegetables are one of the strongest anti-inflammatory tools available. Leafy greens like spinach, cabbage, and lettuce contain nutrients that support immune balance. Colorful vegetables like carrots, tomatoes, and peppers contain antioxidants that protect cells from damage. Fruits such as berries, apples, and oranges provide natural compounds that reduce oxidative stress and strengthen the body's defense system. Whole grains like oats and brown rice offer steady energy without causing sharp sugar spikes. And legumes like lentils and beans provide fiber and plant protein that support gut health, which is closely linked to inflammation. Healthy fats also play a major role. Many people fear fat, but the real problem is not fat itself, it is the wrong type of fat. Trans fats and excessive fried oils increase inflammation, while healthy fats like olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish help reduce it. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish like salmon and sardines are especially powerful because they help lower inflammatory markers in the body. Even if you do not eat fish, you can get omega-3 from flax seeds and walnuts, which are simple to add to your daily meals. Spices like turmeric and ginger are not just for flavor, they are natural anti-inflammatory agents that have been valued for generations. Garlic also supports immunity and circulation. When these foods become part of your routine, they quietly work in the background, reducing inflammation and supporting healthier blood chemistry. Over time, this can contribute to lowering ESR, improving energy, and reducing the risk of chronic illness. The goal is not perfection, the goal is consistency, because every healthy meal is a step toward a calmer body and a stronger future. One of the most underestimated truths about health, especially for older adults, is that the body does not stop improving just because the years are increasing. Many people believe that after a certain age, weakness and stiffness are unavoidable, and they accept declining strength as if it is destiny. But science shows us something far more hopeful. The human body is designed to adapt at every stage of life. Muscles can still grow, balance can still improve, and inflammation can still decrease, even in the later decades. And one of the most powerful ways to activate this natural healing system is through light exercise. Light exercise may not look traumatic, but it creates deep changes inside the body. When you move your muscles, you increase blood circulation, and this improved circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients more efficiently to tissues. At the same time, it helps remove metabolic waste products that can build up and contribute to fatigue and discomfort. This alone can make a person feel more energetic and less stiff. But beyond circulation, movement has an even more powerful effect. It influences inflammation at the cellular level. When you exercise, your muscles release special substances that scientists often describe as protective signals. These signals help reduce chronic inflammation and support the immune system's balance. This is why people who move regularly often have lower inflammatory markers compared to people who remain inactive. Even a simple daily walk can act like a natural anti-inflammatory medicine, calming the body's internal stress and improving the way the immune system behaves. This is especially important for older adults because chronic low-grade inflammation becomes more common with age and can contribute to joint pain, weakness, and slow recovery. The beauty of light exercise is that it is safe, accessible, and sustainable. You do not need to run, lift heavy weights, or push your body into exhaustion. In fact, intense exercise can sometimes increase inflammation temporarily, especially if the body is not ready. But gentle, consistent movement is different. It works with the body instead of against it. Walking is one of the best examples. A 20-minute walk improves heart health, strengthens the legs, supports digestion, and even improves mood. It helps the body manage blood sugar better, which is another key factor because unstable blood sugar levels can fuel inflammation over time. Stretching is another powerful tool. Many older adults struggle with stiffness, tight joints, and reduced flexibility, which increases the risk of falls and injuries. Gentle stretching each morning can loosen the muscles, improve posture, and allow the body to move more freely. Stretching also improves circulation in the joints, helping to reduce discomfort and keep the body feeling younger. Chair exercises are also extremely valuable, especially for those who feel weak or have knee and back pain. Simple seated leg lifts, ankle movements, and arm raises strengthen muscles without putting too much pressure on the joints. Over time, these exercises improve stability, making everyday activities like standing up, climbing stairs, and walking outside much easier. Balance exercises are equally important. As people age, balance often declines, and fear of falling becomes a major barrier to staying active. But balance can be trained like a skill. Standing on one foot for a few seconds, walking slowly in a straight line, or doing gentle movements while holding a chair for support can gradually strengthen the nervous system's ability to control the body. Light exercise is not just about fitness. It's about independence. It's about being able to move freely, live confidently, and reduce the silent inflammation that can show up in tests like ESR. Most importantly, it's about reminding the body that it is still alive, still capable, and still ready to improve with every small step taken consistently each day. When we talk about inflammation and health, it's easy to focus only on what we eat or how much we move. But the truth is that lifestyle habits shape the body in ways that are even more profound than many people realize. Sleep, hydration, stress management, and daily routines all influence how the immune system functions, how inflammation rises or falls, and even how tests like the ESR respond. For older adults, these lifestyle factors become especially critical because the body's resilience gradually changes over time, and small imbalances can have larger effects. Yet the incredible part is that simple, consistent habits can create dramatic improvements, often more than we imagine, and they are entirely within our control. Sleep is the foundation of all healthy habits. It's not just rest. Sleep is the time when the body repairs damaged tissues, balances hormones, and regulates immune function. When older adults sleep poorly or inconsistently, inflammation increases quietly in the background. Blood pressure can rise, stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated, and the immune system becomes more reactive, all of which can subtly raise ESR levels. Prioritizing sleep means going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day, creating a dark, quiet, and cool sleep environment, and limiting screens or bright lights before bedtime. Even small improvements in sleep quality can reduce chronic inflammation, enhance energy, and improve mood. Hydration is another often overlooked factor. Blood is a living fluid system, and proper hydration supports circulation, nutrient delivery, and waste removal. Dehydration thickens the blood slightly, which can indirectly stress the body's systems. Drinking water consistently throughout the day, including soups, herbal teas, and water-rich fruits, helps the body maintain equilibrium. When the body is well hydrated, it functions more efficiently, toxins are flushed more effectively, and the immune system can work without unnecessary stress. Stress management is equally crucial. Chronic stress is not just a mental burden, it creates physiological changes that can fuel inflammation. The body reacts to stress with a cascade of chemical responses, releasing hormones that prepare it for fight or flight. While helpful in short bursts, prolonged stress keeps the immune system on high alert, leading to subtle, continuous inflammation. Over time, this can affect joints, circulation, digestion, and even cognitive function. Simple practices like deep breathing, meditation, mindfulness, gentle yoga, or simply spending time in nature can significantly reduce stress hormones. Engaging in activities that bring joy, laughter, and connection with others also create chemical signals that calm the nervous system and support healing. Daily routines and habits, even small ones, influence long-term health. Regular movement, consistent meal times, exposure to sunlight, and maintaining social connections all play a role in balancing the body's internal systems. Chronic inflammation often arises when life becomes disorganized or stressful. When older adults establish predictable, health-supportive routines, it sends signals to the body that it is safe, that repair is possible, and that it does not need to remain in a constant state of alert. Over time, these signals help lower inflammation, improve immune regulation, and create a calmer internal environment that supports all aspects of health. The most remarkable thing about lifestyle habits is their cumulative effect. Unlike a medication that acts in isolation, each positive choice, better sleep, hydration, stress reduction, a calm routine, works together to improve the whole system. Older adults who adopt these practices often notice more energy, better digestion, improved mood, less joint discomfort, and even lower markers of inflammation in blood tests. It becomes clear that while genetics and age set a baseline, lifestyle is the lever that can change outcomes, helping the body not only cope, but thrive, even in the later years of life. One of the most powerful truths about health, especially for older adults, is that mindset can shape the way the body responds to every habit, every meal, every movement, and every stressor. The body is incredibly resilient, but resilience is amplified when it is paired with a positive, proactive outlook. Many people think that aging means decline, that stiffness, fatigue, or higher inflammation are inevitable, and they accept these changes as unchangeable facts. But mindset is the lens through which the body interprets every signal it receives, and a positive mindset can transform challenges into opportunities, turning what might feel like limitations into areas of growth and improvement. A positive mindset begins with awareness. It starts with noticing what the body is telling you without judgment or fear. When tests like ESR show elevated levels, it's easy to panic, to imagine worst-case scenarios, and to let anxiety take over. But seeing these results as messages instead of threats allows older adults to take constructive action. It reframes the test from a moment of fear into a moment of insight. My body is asking for care. My habits may need attention. I still have the power to influence my health. This mental shift alone changes how the body responds to stress. When the mind relaxes, stress hormones decrease, circulation improves, and the immune system functions more efficiently, creating a calmer internal environment. Mindset also shapes motivation. It is one thing to know that healthy eating, light exercise, and proper sleep are beneficial, but it is another thing entirely to follow through consistently. A positive mindset fosters a sense of purpose and commitment to these actions. Rather than viewing a healthy diet as a restriction, it becomes an act of nourishment, a way to support the body's natural healing. Exercise is no longer a chore or a reminder of aging. It becomes a celebration of what the body can still do. Simple stretching, a daily walk, or gentle chair exercises are no longer obligations, but invitations to strengthen, move, and reconnect with your own physical capability. Gratitude and self-compassion are also essential components of a positive mindset. Many older adults are critical of themselves for what they cannot do or for health issues that arise with age. This internal criticism creates tension and inflammation in the body, both physically and emotionally. But when gratitude becomes part of daily life, it changes the internal chemistry. appreciating the small wins, getting out of bed without pain, walking to the mailbox, preparing a healthy meal releases positive chemical signals in the body that calm inflammation and support immune regulation. Self-compassion encourages patience. It reminds you that meaningful changes in health take time and consistency. There is no need to rush or punish yourself for past choices. What matters is the steps you take now. Another aspect of a positive mindset is curiosity and learning. Viewing health as a journey rather than a destination allows older adults to explore what works for their body and mind. This curiosity encourages experimentation with anti-inflammatory foods, gentle exercises, hydration practices, and relaxation techniques. It transforms habits from obligations into discoveries, which makes them more likely to stick and more enjoyable to perform consistently. The body responds to this positivity, reinforcing energy, stability, and resilience. Finally, mindset is contagious. The way you view your health influences those around you, from family members to friends and caregivers. A positive, proactive approach to diet, exercise, lifestyle, and stress management inspires others to adopt similar habits, creating a supportive environment that further enhances your own well-being. By cultivating a positive mindset, older adults not only influence their biological health, but also shape a life filled with energy, hope, and a sense of control over their well-being. Every choice becomes an act of empowerment, every day a chance to strengthen the body, and every challenge a reminder that the power to improve health lies in your hands, guided by the attitude with which you approach life.